Welcome to Thought-Provoking Tuesdays with SD. Man, thank you for joining me. Thank you spending some time with me. Man, people could be doing anything on a Tuesday night, but you decided to spend some time with me, and I'm appreciative. Now, I'm sure you've noticed that I have revamped the Tuesday nights, and so it used to be Phoenix Rising and myself, right? Phoenix Rising visits SD, and then we changed it to uh, the mastery workshop, Phoenix Rising and SD. Well, we decided not to continue that session together, um, and that's cool. That's fine. But hey, man, we got to keep it pushing. Life goes on. There's a bunch of stuff to do, So my mission and your mission is not dependent upon someone else's uh, life or what they got going on or don't got going on. Man, you still got the mission, you still got the purpose, you still got to do what you got to do, man. And so, hey, man, we're gonna keep it pushing, we're gonna keep it going. But that segues into something that I didn't plan on talking about, but I want to talk about, and that's being able to make adjustments in life. You know, uh, Man, that's one of the reasons I love boxing so much. And that's one of the reasons I love sports in general so much because you get to see how people react under pressure. And I look at things from a technical viewpoint. I do like the razzle and dazzle, but I like the technical side of life and the technical side of boxing and sports in general. And so, that's why I'm a big supporter of Floyd Mayweather, man, inside the ring. And so, I've been watching boxing for a while, and I've never seen a boxer make in the middle of the fight adjustments like Floyd Mayweather. And that just goes to show you his intelligence, his IQ inside the ring, his ring generalship, uh, yeah, his mastery inside the ring, his emotional intelligence. Man, I saw one time he was fighting Zab Judah, and Zab was getting the worst end of the fight at some point, and so he hit Floyd with a low blow, hit him in the mid, I want to say the midsection, the private parts, and Floyd's uncle uh, jumped inside the ring. Rest in peace. He jumped inside the ring. His trainer jumped inside the ring. A bunch of people jumped inside the ring from his side and Zab Judah's side. And Zab, who is the guy boxing Floyd, starts to fight uh, his uncle. And it was just a big, huge mayhem. The whole time, Floyd backed up into the corner, calm, and just waited till things settled down. And this is in the middle of the fight. Everybody's going at it. Man, that's emotional intelligence. I've seen Floyd losing fights, make adjustments, come out on top. Of course, he's undefeated. But man, that's why I like boxing so much, man, because it's comparable to life. And so, man, you got to be able to make adjustments. Mike Tyson said everybody has a plan until they get hit in the mouth. And man, that's so true. Everybody has a plan of what they're going to do, how things are going to turn out. Uh, what their steps. Everybody has a plan until it doesn't go right. And how well do you adjust to that? It's going to show your maturity and your emotional intelligence. It's going to depict or kind of give you an idea how far you're going to go in life, how well you adjust to life. And so, man, you got to be able to make in-game adjustments, man. I've seen coaches on a professional level get a lot of praise because they have a lot of W's and very little L's. But then when things don't go right, when a player gets hurt or a player is not performing at top peak, they're lost. I like coaches who can adjust in the middle of the game and come out with that W, man. That just shows a lot about a person. It shows a lot about a person in their profession and in life, man. You got to be able to move and groove, go with the flow, and adapt, adjust, and keep it moving, man. Keep it moving, man, because you still got the mission, you still got the purpose, regardless of what happens. And so, yeah, man, yeah. I didn't plan on saying that, but I think that needs to be stated, man. I salute everybody out there know how to adjust to the roadblocks that life brings, man. No doubt. Now, the first topic. Again, thank everybody for joining in. Hey, I got my wife in here. She said, I'm proud of you. Thank you, baby. I got the homegirl, Victoria Chestnut, in here. Let me tell y'all need to check out their live on AG. Victoria, man, I can't remember the other brother's name. You know, I don't deal with him. I don't deal with I don't know him. So I know Victoria, I know her husband, but I don't know the other gentleman she does the live with. Can you put that in there, Victoria? But on Wednesdays, I believe they still do it on Wednesdays. I missed a couple episodes. Man, they got a phenomenal IG live session. I mean, they can talk about anything. I mean, anything. I learned a lot too. The two sessions I saw, I learned a lot. So salute to Victoria and the other gentleman's name. I do not know his name. Abdul Foster. Okay, Abdul Foster, man. Salute to that brother. That brother's a bright brother. Victoria's bright. Not to come down on the women, but a lot of times what I found personally, a lot of women can't not think objectively or struggle to. I'm gonna say can't struggle to or refuse to. You know, Victoria can think objectively, sit back, look at it from a 360 view, and so you know I can view her content, no doubt. Man, the first topic, she said next live is May 18th at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. Would love to have you hop in if you like to speak. Oh, no doubt, no doubt. Yeah, that's what I do, Victoria. That's what y'all do. You know, that's how we met on Souls Live. So yeah, that's what I do. That's what I'm here for. So no doubt I jump in that. I got a lot of respect for that platform, what y'all do, y'all perspectives. A lot of respect for you and Abdul. So no doubt I'll jump in that. No doubt, man. The first topic, this might seem a little off, is the rapper Young Thug was indicted. He gets charged with the RICO Act. Yeah, that's organized crime. And I don't want to focus on Young Thug so much. Um, I just want to focus on something broader for a few minutes, and that's, man, the gang culture. But I even think is bigger than the gang culture. Uh, man, I did some little research on Young Thug. Man, I've never purchased a whole album. I've listened to some songs that I've heard. I think the brother's talented. You know, when he first came out, you know, Yaya didn't like him. And so I was like, no, this brother is talented. I say it's different, but this brother has some melody. His melody is different. But I'm telling you, this brother's talented. And before you knew it, you know, he just blew up. Uh, but I can't lie. I've never bought a whole album or listened to a whole album. But anything I've heard on the radio or something, you know, I've enjoyed. Uh, but this gang culture, man, he gets indicted with 26 others for being in organized crime. A lot of accusations about killings, robberies, attempted murders, and things like that. But you know, I did a little research on him, and I'm like, man, this brother is 30 years old. 30 years old. I believe he's either one of or the baby of like 16 to 18 children. Yeah, his mother and father. Yeah, I think they had 16 to 18 children. Somebody can correct me on that. It's up there. The number's up there. Come from humble beginnings. He skyrockets into mainstream artistry, mainstream um, music, known around the world. This brother's 30 years old. He's done all this before 30 years old. And, you know, I did some research, and the brother's worth $8 million. And I'm like, man, what would influence or make a brother still be attached to street life after all the money, all the fame? I'm sure he's been around the world. He's seen different cultures. He's got to experience things a lot of people never get to experience. Uh, Eating good, eat the finest of foods. You know, I don't know if he drinks or, he says he smokes. He smokes the finest of cannabis. The finest of liquors. Everything is top notch, top end, right? Everything. And what would provoke a brother to still be attached to the street life and be involved in gang activity? And man, me and the brothers in the power circle were talking yesterday, not about Young Thug, but because this just happened, but we were talking about seeking the kingdom first before any material things. Seek the kingdom and then seek righteousness. Man, you can acquire a bunch of things, but if your character isn't right, if your mindset isn't right, if you hadn't reached a certain level of consciousness, it'll all come crashing down. And I know a lot of people like, man, I'm willing to take that chance. I got to get it right now. Man, I'm telling you, they talking about giving this brother with those charges. They carry life, life. Out of 26 people who were indicted, somebody's gonna tell. Man, is it all worth it? Is it all worth it, man, to gain the world and lose your soul? Man, we got to work on our soul. We got to work on our foundation first. We got to work on our consciousness and our heart, our intentions. Those are the two things, man. Our mindset, and then we got to reach a certain level of consciousness. The kingdom, that's the kingdom. And then we got to make sure we have pure intentions. And then everything else will come. Uh, the material things can come without that being in order. But I'm telling you, man, it's going to crash and everything's going to come out to the open. Man, you got to work on yourself before you acquire these things, man. Let's get them in proper order. Let's set the foundation right before we start building, before we start acquiring things. Because, man, it's going to come to the light. We will be exposed. Man, it could be, we could come crashing, man. We could lose everything. Our name, we can lose, respect, honor. This brother, he's potentially could lose his freedom, potentially. And I rarely talk about or focus on black people, you know, because I think there's so many other things we could focus on than skin color. But man, I'm in the so-called black race, so I really want to touch on this for a split second because materialistically, I think we're doing better across the board than ever before. Um, Man, you take the poorest kid, the poorest black kid you may know. Man, I guarantee, more than likely, they got on some nice shoes. But there was a time that the poorest black kid didn't even have shoes. But so today, poor ain't the same poor as it was, 50, 60, 70, 80 years ago. What we consider poor today is totally different. You know, like I said, you can take the poorest kid you may know, man. He got some decent shoes, may have decent clothes on. Man, he may even be able to go to the dentist and get checked by the doctor. And this is the poorest kid you know. So, it's not the same poor as, several decades ago. But what we're poor in right now, man, is consciousness. We're poor in spirit. We're poor in faith. We're poor in character. Man, nobody, I'm going to say nobody. I don't see a great push in having high character, uh, morale, morals. I don't see a great push in that. Everybody wants to get the bag. Everybody wants to get the bag, and the foundation is fragile. And so people are getting the bag. I don't think there was an easier time in American history to get the bag. Man, you can actually sit at home and get the bag. You don't even have to leave your house and get the bag. There's never been a time in history like this, man. You can have a fourth grade education and still get the bag. You know, there's nothing like the U.S. Nothing like the U.S. man to get the bag. But man, our foundation is weak. We're building on a fragile foundation. No character, no morals, no principles, and it's killing us, man. It's killing us. And the thing is, man, you got kids that's looking up to these other guys. It's looking up to these other guys, and they're following suit. They're OG. They're OG. I don't have an OG. I don't go by. I have elders. I have mentors. But we're gonna bring it down to that level. Their OG is 30 years old, 25 years old. That's who they look at. Man, I had an awakening or I had to hit reality recently. Brothers start calling me Unc or some call me OG and some dude called me Big Bro. I was like, damn man, I'm getting older. You know, uh yeah, it's just seemed like yesterday I was 30. But like damn, I'm getting older. And I'm Unc. Like damn, I am Unc. But a lot of brothers not even making it to this life, because the foundation is weak. So man, we got to get back to that, and it's gonna take all of us. It's gonna take women. It's gonna take the men. We can't depend on the government. Forget that, man. Do not depend on the government. Everybody got to be accountable. Everybody got to take ownership and responsibility to doing what they have to do to to rebuild the family. My brother gets some text or sees says the families are broken these days. No doubt, man. No doubt. And listen, man, I come from, I guess, a broken family, brother. I didn't grow up with a father, you know, uh, but I did have, I would say, mentors. We didn't call them mentors back then, but I was raised in a church. I had deacons. My oldest brother is 8 years older than me, and he had men in his life, coaches, deacons, things like that. But that's lost, you know. That's lost, man. And yeah, man. So we gotta get the fathers or men presence, the male presence back in the community. And man, it seems like the more freedom we get, the more undisciplined we are. And I'm telling you, man, Victoria can attest to this. I know she's a workout guru along with her husband, and I think Abdul is one of the workout gurus too. The more discipline you you bring into your life, the more freedom you have, and the longer life you'll live, and you'll live a more fruitful life. The more disciplined you are, the more disciplined you are in your workout. Brings more freedom, brings more opportunity. But the more, we'll say, liberal you are, the more undisciplined you are in your life. It limits your capabilities. You'll have a shorter life. You won't be as happy. I'm happiest when I enact more discipline in my life, in my diet, in what I watch, what I hear. It seems like more is drawn to me. But now, man, nobody wants to practice discipline. Man, it's just free fall. And man, we're paying for it. We're paying for it. Think about it, man. You never would have heard anything like this. Like, this guy is a multimillionaire. Think about this, man. And I hate to say the black thing, the white thing, because sometimes it's not black and white, it's more culture. It's a culture thing a lot of times. So you got the white guys and Hispanic guys that's in a certain culture that can fall for this too. And so it's not always a black and white thing. But in this particular case, man, I haven't heard of a white guy or a Hispanic guy or Asian guy potentially potentially getting life in the pen for gang activity. And I never understood the gang thing. I did, but I didn't. I grew up around it. They went to my school. I got partners, friends who are gang related, gang initiated. I never got involved, but we were cool because we went to school together. We grew up in the same neighborhood, or we played on the same teams, and so we were cool. I just never, it never appealed to me. I'll be totally transparent with you. I was a player. I have a player mentality, and it's not always about playing women. I don't play women, so I'm a married man, but I still have a player's mentality, a way I deal with life, the way I deal with people. Uh, it's not about aggression and force. It's just it's the way I go through life with the player's mentality, with a gentleman's mentality. That's the way I go through life, and so that's kept me out of a lot of trouble. But when you have that gangster persona, that gangster energy, man, you get into a lot of trouble. And hey, by all means, I understand. Sometimes you got to go gangster. Sometimes I get it. You got to go there, man, brothers. We got to go there sometimes. But that should be far and beyond. Very few times you have to go there if you surround yourself in the right environment. Very few times, but sometimes you got to go there. It just that's just the way of the world. But yeah, man, we gotta vibrate on a higher level, and I think the whole gang thing, man, is a lack of masculinity in the community, a lack of leadership from fathers and males, and so they're searching for that, man. And so when you have that, we and I say we, the males, not all of us, but male in general, we starting to heighten the bravado, heighten the ego because we're missing something. And yeah, man, we gotta really turn that, or we're headed for destruction, man. It's gonna get real bad. I promise you. And so yeah, that segues into the youth. But youth, wealth, principles, character, man, we covered that, man. And hopelessness. Hopelessness is a fast selling product. People are making a lot of money off of hopelessness. Uh, you got people who have degrees or who have master degrees, doctor degrees, and they're hopeless, and they feel like they don't have a chance or really an opportunity to reach the height they really want to reach because they're black. Man, listen, I bump heads with people about this all the time. I've never thought that way, and I don't have a degree, never been to college, but I've never thought that way. I don't know why. I've never thought that way. I always thought I'm gonna win. Even as a child, I don't know really where I got that from. Um, I don't know. I never been hopeless, and maybe, hey man, maybe I was even delusional. Maybe the cards were stacked against me, and I didn't even realize it. I was so delusional, and sometimes being delusional can be a blessing, I guess. But I never thought I wasn't ever gonna win. I never felt that way, and I never, I don't know, man. And I'm telling you, even my mom felt that way. She even said one time, I've stated this before, that sometimes you can do all you can do and work and try your best and never get what you want to get. And man, I just let that go through one ear and not the other. I don't know, man. I just have extreme confidence in myself, and I know that could come off as arrogant sometimes, and that's cool. You really got to, and I can be arrogant. I've been called a narcissist. I can be, but being a narcissist is not arbitrarily bad. A narcissist will also not listen when you say they can't do something or something's impossible. They won't listen and they'll still do it. So that could be a good thing. So It's all about context. But I've always had extreme confidence in myself, always. And so I think that's what we're lacking a lot of times is the self confidence and knowing who we are, why we're here, and what we're supposed to be doing. Man, we really got to instill that in brothers. And I've heard before the women can comment on this, but I think it goes back to the home, of course. But I've heard before, and I've seen it in dating women. They say a woman gets her confidence from her father. I've heard that several times. And then I looked and reflected on women I've dated, the ones that have fathers, involved fathers, great fathers, or decent, the ones who didn't. And I got to admit, the ones who didn't have fathers in their life did lack confidence. They did lack some confidence. And actually, man, in that underground world, a certain type of character targets a woman without a father. That's a reason for that because she doesn't have the confidence and the foundation she needs to have to know her worth. So I could believe that a woman gets her confidence from a father. Uh, Now, having said that, we got a lot of women raising kids on their own. So if you got a woman who doesn't have the confidence she should have because she grew up without a father, but she has kids and she's raising these kids without a father because there's a cycle, then the kids don't have confidence. And we just continue the cycle, you know. But, I would say on the flip side, a father can definitely instill confidence in a man. I get that. But I think a woman really can too. I'm telling you, I think a woman can too. And I say that because, man, when I was growing up, light skinned guys was the thing. I don't think it's a big thing now, or maybe stuff just goes over my head. I don't know. But light skinned guys were the thing, man. I'll be sure, DeBarge, Mike, later on Mike, Prince, man, we go on and on, man. Light skinned guys were the thing. But I remember uh, hearing my mom say, she never told me directly, just hearing her say that she loves a dark skinned man. I remember her saying that. And so uh, there were some brothers that grew up in my time that felt a certain way about being rejected by women because they were dark. I never had that complex, man. Never had that complex. And I think is uh, a result of my mom. Hearing this stuff subconsciously is sticking to me. I think it's a result of my mom. I never felt the way, but a lot of brothers felt the way. I know a lot of sisters felt the way, but a lot of brothers felt the way about that, and I never felt the way. Uh, Even if I was rejected, I never attributed it to my complexion. I'm telling you, man. Sometimes I guess I'm delusional and stuff just goes over my head. And so I don't know, man. I never felt the way about that. So uh, they say uh, what they say, ignorance is bliss. I think that's the saying. But yeah, I never felt the way. But I think I got my confidence in that regard from my mom. Uh, but yeah, we got to get back to that, man. Instilling self-esteem, self-worth, that foundation. We got to lay down that foundation. Seek the kingdom, high consciousness, higher consciousness, and then have pure intentions. Have a pure heart about what we're going to do with that knowledge. And then, man, everything else will come, man. I'm telling you, everything else will attract and draw everything else to us, man. I know this for a fact. I'm telling you, I know it's for a fact. And have I done everything right in my life? Hell no. Hell no. But when I've done it the right way, I've attracted everything and it's lasted longer. It's lasted longer, man. Anything I got the wrong way, I don't even have. Man, I came and went. I don't even have it, man. But Yeah, man, we gotta get back to that. We got to, man. Hey, I'm gonna put the link in here, and we'll see. Anybody want to join? Just come on in. You want to join? Yeah, man. Don't be shy. Now, tips to building a man. Tips to building a man. Ideally, man, we want that family structure, brothers, sisters. We want that family structure. Uh, but something I never understood is, and yeah, you may want to come in on this. Something I never understood growing up, when I seen in other families and even my family. I never understood how parents were so controlling over kids. You're to be spoken to and not speak. Uh, you don't have an opinion. You are to follow, do as I say. But then you send them off to school. You send them into the neighborhood, and you say, "Don't be a follower." And then you cut them off at 18. You send them to the real world now, and you say, "Lead." When that's not that they haven't seen that. I never understood that. Like, kids will mirror what they see. They'll do that quicker than what they hear. They'll subconsciously mirror what they see. And so when I start having kids, I said, man, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna raise, leaders. I'm gonna show them how to lead. And one thing I did, I always allow my kids to voice their opinion. Always, man. Now you got to do it in a respectful way. But if you can represent yourself at 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, whatever, 13 years old to me, your father, man, you can go out into the world and represent yourself properly. You can defend yourself properly. You can defend your argument, your opinion. You know how to say no. I don't want to be treated like that. No, I don't want to do that. You know how to stand for yourself. You have that testicular fortitude. And so what I implemented at an early age in my kid's life, man, have family meetings. And when me and Yaya got together, she wasn't used to that. So when we really got together, got married, that's something I implemented. I said, "Hey, I let my kids," and so we're bringing two families together, really, her kids, my kids. And I say, allow my kids to voice their opinion. Of course, in a respectful way. My kids are respectful, but I let them voice their opinion. And I explain why. I explain how we were raised, even how she was raised. I don't know if this is just I think it's more so in the black community because we would look at other communities and be like, damn, they get to talk like that to their parents. Now, some of that was disrespectful too, but I told her I allowed my kids to voice their opinion. And I gave her the reason why about how we have to send them out into the world, how we have to send them out into the community and into school. And this is all part of building a man or building a woman. Uh, she wasn't used to that. Yeah, she wasn't used to that. And so it was a rough start in the beginning because my kids were used to it. This is just how I raised them. But you know, and I'm saying my kids and her kids for the sake of this discussion, so you understand what I'm bringing together. But her kids wasn't used to it. She wasn't used to it. And man, the first time they got to really speak their piece and give their opinion at a family meeting, man, it was rough on her. It was rough, but it was liberating for them. It was so liberating for them. And right before your eyes, you started seeing them change and becoming stronger individuals. And the parents had changed too. They could become more humble, have more humility, because a lot of times as parents, man, we got a big ego. We got a big ego. We want to always be right. We don't want resistance, but we're not always right. And not saying you're gonna adhere to what the child is saying, but you got to listen. You got to listen to the child. You got to let the child articulate their thoughts. I mean, this is part of building leaders. But if you are not allowing your child to voice their opinion in a civilized, respectful way, to articulate their thoughts, uh, but you're gonna send them to school, you're gonna send them to the community and say lead, don't be a follower. Hey, it ain't gonna work. That don't even make sense. It don't make sense. I tell women all the time. I counsel, mentor a lot of young men. A lot of these men have, well, all of them have single mothers, and I tell these mothers that all the yelling, all the hitting you're doing, uh, the cussing at the kid you're doing, that's who they're gonna marry. That's who they're gonna marry. You're the first example of a woman. In their mind, you are the definition of what a woman should be. But what'll happen, I tell them, is when they get of age and they get with a certain type of woman, which is really a reflection of you, don't complain. Don't call your son a simp. Don't call him weak. Don't wonder why he's weak behind this woman. Don't wonder why this woman beats his ass. Don't wonder. You got to think back. You got to take it back and ask yourself, now, what did he see? What did he see? He married you. That's just what it is, man. And it's so true because the, actually the thing that allowed Kevin Samuels to go viral was when he had a young lady on his live and she wanted a certain type of guy, but she had a child and she wanted a certain type of guy. And he asked her, would you want your son to marry you? And she said no. Man, think about that for a minute. She has these high expectations of the type of man she wants. Basically, I think it was like a one percenter, right? But she wouldn't even want her son to marry her type. That means she knows, man, she ain't right. She knows she ain't right. If you don't want your son to marry you, you ain't right. And I see that a lot, man. We got to take it back to the foundation, back to the core, building up families, man. Real spill, real spill. Man, anybody want to jump in? When we hit this next topic. Now, speaking of women, man, how can a woman uh, attract a man? How can a woman attract a man? Man, I'm telling you, the being seductive, being fine, uh, great sex, man, that's icing on the cake. But once again, man, we got to get the foundation right. Man, what's gonna attract a man? I'm telling you. Now, women, you can listen or not listen. What's gonna attract a man? That's really gonna attract a man and have him taking you serious. I'm telling you. If a woman says, "How can I help you build your kingdom?" Man, he's gonna take her serious. He's gonna take her serious, man. How can I help you build your kingdom? She has his full attention right then. Now, if she's fine, which is subjective, everybody got their own definition of view of fine or pretty or whatever. But if she's fine, that's icing on the cake. But the foundation is right. Now, brothers, if you get that, if you get that type of woman, what you got to do is, because she has gifts and talents too, and she has a purpose, she has a mission. So how do you all bring that together? If you can find, and I think that is we're capable of doing this. If you can find a way for her to pursue her mission and hone and exercise her gifts and talents within your mission, man, I think that is the perfect combination. The perfect combination. And what we got to do, man, we got to watch egos. We got to watch egos. And so, you know, her doing her thing within your mission, she might start actually getting more light, more shine, more accolades, more attention than you. But that's all right as long as everybody keep the egos in check. Everybody keeps the egos in check, and she doesn't forget I'm here to be a helpmeet to help him build. But just so happen me doing my thing within his mission, me honing my skills and exercising my skills is getting more shine. You can't be intimidated, fellas. You can't. Especially, man, if she's staying humble, she's not throwing it in your face, she's not getting a big head, man, you gotta respect that. You got to respect that, man. That's just the way it goes. And so yeah, man, that's the perfect combination to where you get to spend a lot of time with one another, but everybody has or feels like they have value in this world and have a purpose in this world. Yeah, man. The woman wants to feel like she has a purpose in this world too, not that it's just all about you, you know. But that does need to be the foundation, and then we can build off of that. That's just my thoughts on it. I hadn't seen it really work on a long term basis any other way, man. And I've seen some people hit some really high heights. Uh, I have my two in previous relationships, but it all came crumbling down because the foundation was weak. It really was. And so, this time around, I said, man, this is how we have to do it. This is how I have to do it. The foundation got to be right. And, that's just the way it is, man. It has to be right. The trust has to be there. Man, I have women hit me up, man, for advice. I mentor a couple of women, and uh, it's not an issue. It's not an issue with my marriage with my wife because the understanding, the trust is there. She knows my purpose. I'm transparent, and I never would have been able to do that in the past because of a lack of understanding and maturity on my part. On my part, if the man is mature and he's transparent, he has good intentions, and he has a higher consciousness, the woman will adapt seamlessly. She'll adapt seamlessly, or she'll run away. Either way though is good because you'll have peace of mind. If she stays and adapts and in harmony, that's cool. But if she leaves, listen, that's cool too, man. Like I said, the mission must go on. The mission must go on, man, regardless of who you're attached to. Man, we got to keep it pushing. I truly believe that. Uh, and listen, my wife knows that, man. And I told her, she can attest to this. I told her a few years ago, and every now and then, you gotta give them a reminder, brothers. But I told her, I said, listen, don't ever compete with my gift. Don't ever compete with my mission, with my purpose, with my calling. Don't ever compete with that because you'll lose 10 out of 10 times. You'll lose. Now, on the flip side, I got to be transparent. I got to be trustworthy. I got to be on the up and up, man. Got to be a stand up guy. That's the only way you get that kind of respect. But that's just what it is, brothers. That's what it is. Yeah, man. So we 45 minutes in. This is my first session going live, solo dolo Tuesday sessions. Now I've gone live before during the week, but just for a few minutes, right? But this is my first Tuesday session going live, solo dolo. Man, I think it went pretty well, man. Like I said, you gotta adapt to change in life. You gotta adapt to it and keep it moving. But yeah, if anybody wants to come in, man, we'll bring you in. If not, man, we'll let me see. We'll keep it moving, man. You want to say a few words, Yaya? Victoria, you want to say words, promote your platform, or else we'll be out. All right, y'all. Hey, man, thank you for joining me on a Tuesday night, Thought-Provoking Tuesdays with SD. Listen, man, over the next 2 months, you're gonna see a lot of changes in the production, in the studio. I'm telling you, this thing, man. Yeah, we got it. We got it going on, man. We got it going on. This thing gonna be on another level. All right, man. My boy, that's my boy Bex.
What's going
What?
on, brother?
Hey, man, what's going on? Hey, y'all.
Man.
This brother here, um, man, this is a good brother here. I'll give y'all a little history. I did not expect this brother. Man, I appreciate you joining me though. But I've been knowing this brother since we were in Pee Wee Little League. Uh, yeah, with the Trojans. Yeah, yeah. I play football. I play basketball. So I've known him since then. I might be 2 years older than you.
Yep,
Uh,
yep.
yeah, yeah. But I also played with his brother Kip. Kip is older than me. Kip is like 2 years older than me. So I was on varsity with Kip. He's older than me. And Kip was one of those brothers, along with Saf Dallas, Robert Collins, that showed me a lot of love, man. They wasn't hating on me. Kip, one of the coolest dudes, one of the most fresh dressed dudes I ever known, man. That dude stay fly. That dude stay fly, man. He just know how to put stuff together. Yeah,
Oh yeah.
man. Yeah, how you doing, Bex?
I'm good, man. I'm seeing you on here, man. You looking good, man. Good content, everything, man. I'm very
Thank you,
supportive of
brother.
you, brother. Keep
Thank
going,
you,
keep
man.
going. I love it. I love it.
Thank you, brother. Thank you, man. Salute to you too, man. I be seeing you, man, with your daughter doing her thing. Man, you got
Oh
the
yeah, man.
family. Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Yeah, man.
yeah.
Man, you doing your thing, brother. It's this is crazy, man. We were kids like too long ago. It seemed like, man.
I'm telling you.
And we got families, man. And so that's
Yes.
wild. That's
Yes,
wild,
and
man.
and and like some of those topics, man, it just touched on so many things with me, man. I just want to raise those girls and my son just to be the best that they can, and I put them through the sports just like how we were raised to kind of keep
Right.
them focused. But we have talk time. We
Yeah.
sit at the dinner table, we eat like a traditional family, man, and
Yeah.
that's big with me. With
Yes.
like that big comment I put in there, I was like, man, the family. It start with the family first,
No,
and it,
no doubt.
I try to put as much as I can into them just to get them ready for this world. Because once they released, man, you
Yeah.
know
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
got they got
Yeah.
to know how to handle it, man. From the
You
snakes to whatever.
you're right, man. You're right. And I don't know how you were raised, but you know what I'm talking about in the black community. We really couldn't voice our opinion.
Right?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. And so, but they push us out there to the world, and
Yeah.
it just, yeah, man. Say lead. You're like, it
Oh
don't
yeah,
work like, yeah, it don't work like that, man. It don't work
man.
like
And
that.
and it's funny because I didn't even know you didn't go to school, but
Yeah, yeah,
it took for me to get out of the grove and get out to see like it was different. You
hmm
know what I mean? And
yeah,
and when I went to college, it just totally opened my eyes to some things, man. And when I came home, I was like, whoa,
yeah,
okay,
Yeah.
I get it,
I get it.
but everybody don't get it like that.
Right.
And I guess I was special in that way. I kind of absorbed it and brought it back and kind of introduced that way of living, you know what I mean, in
Right.
my own personal life. And
Right.
the kids are coming out fine, and so I'm hoping it's working, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah,
So
man. That's all you can do. That's all you do, man. Put your best foot forward. But yeah, man, that's all you can do, brother. Yeah, that was the best thing for me too.
yeah.
Leaving the Grove, I left early, man. I went to the
Oh
military.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. My hoop dreams didn't go like I thought, so I went to the military, man. Yeah, I went to the military. That was, man. You know me. I wasn't in the ROTC. I had no plans
No,
of being in the
no.
military. I was gonna hoop, and
Right.
it didn't go that way. And I'll break that down one day. That's a story, but I'll break that down one day. But it's weird how things work. That's probably one of the best decisions, man. I ever did, man. Was going into the military.
Yeah.
Yeah, it probably was the
That
best
discipline.
decision.
That
That
discipline,
discipline,
huh?
man. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that
Oh yeah.
discipline, and it gave me an opportunity too to be around different types of people. You
From
know,
different places.
from
Hmm.
different places, man. We had a girl in our platoon that was from Germany. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, and I don't even know. She probably just had a visa. I don't even know if she was a citizen, man. She had a strong accent. But yeah, so I don't even know if she was a full citizen. But I mean, people from New York, Cali, everywhere, and they got these thoughts about Texas. And, like, I'm like, nah,
We
man.
still ride horses down there,
Yeah,
right?
we still ride horses because all they know is the television show Dallas.
Right.
And so they think we all rich. I'm like, no, brother, it ain't like that, man. It ain't, everybody want to go to Dallas. I'm like, man, I want to go to Miami. Where you from, man?
Right.
Right? Yeah, man.
Right.
So I ain't gonna hold you long, best. But what is your thought, man, on when I say, because you have girls, but when I say it's important that the girl gets her confidence from the father. I'm sure you've dealt with girls in your past, like I have,
Wow.
come from no father, from where we from, or
Hmm.
have you noticed a difference? The girl
I
with the
mean,
father, the girl without the father.
yeah. Yeah, you hit that one on the head. I mean, I was like, wow. I've never heard that one, but golly, you hit it right on the head, man. Because
Yeah.
just dating, in the dating life, you get to see that, Fortunately, my wife, she has both parents still, and
Yeah.
like you say, that confidence from that father, and you know, and just it kind of touched me because I was like, man, I kind of do that to my girls. I make them, speak and
Mm,
be first at it. Don't
yeah.
sit in the back. Don't sit in the
Right.
back. Sit in the front.
Right.
Don't be
Right.
afraid. Out there. Am I losing? Okay.
Yeah, you lost. You back. I think. Yeah, you froze up on me.
But you know, I teach.
Yeah.
Uh, see if I can get a better connection that way.
Oh, there it goes. Yeah, it look like you froze up on me.
There now.
Let's see. Yeah. You good?
Okay, am I back?
Yeah. Yeah. You got it.
I can hear you. Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
just to be upfront and speak. Nothing stupid. If that's how you
Right.
feel, speak it. Speak it.
Right.
It may touch
Right.
someone. Someone may have that same feeling. You may ask the
Right.
question that somebody else want to know, but they too afraid to ask.
Too
You
afraid
know,
to
and
ask. Yeah.
and they
Yeah.
and I'm just blessed. I'm just blessed with those girls, man. They're straight A students, and they do their thing in
Wow.
school. But the social aspect, that's what I try to work on a lot. Since they got the
Yeah.
books, yeah, you know how to study
Yeah.
and go in
Right.
repetition and all of that stuff. But how do you relate to the people around you?
Yes. Yes.
That's what's
Because that's the
mainly
key,
important.
man.
That's the
Those
key. It's the
relationships,
people.
man.
Yes.
Yes. Yes,
Yes.
man. The people, relationships, man. That is the richest commodity that you can have,
Yep.
man. Is
Yep.
relationships, man. Man. Yeah,
Yes.
man. So
Yes.
true, brother. Well,
And who would
say,
have thought
man.
that I'd be sitting here talking to you? I know I got to get off too, but who would have thought that I'd be sitting here talking to you, man? When
No,
I
no.
listened to you that first time on Instagram, I was like, man, okay.
Yeah,
I
you
said,
know,
here he
like
come. And
you
I
know,
said,
like
you got
saying
a
book,
book
book,
too? I
book
said, he
that
got
took
a
it to
book
another
too?
level.
I said, oh man, that's what I'm talking about. Cause I'm
Yeah,
more into that too. You know what I
yeah.
mean? So
Oh, I be seeing you.
yeah,
I be seeing you, brother. Yeah, I be
yeah.
saluting you. I shout you out. Yeah, man. I see you
Oh
doing
yeah.
your thing, man. I'm proud of you, brother. I'm proud of
Oh
you,
yeah,
man.
man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
brother.
Thinking man. I like thinking. I like to use this right here.
Yes,
So
yes. The
yeah.
most powerful tool. The most powerful tool, brother. And you know where we
Oh
come
yeah.
from, that wasn't practiced a lot. And
Right.
so, yeah, we come from
It
an
was
aggressive neighborhood,
it's,
but
it's
yeah, man.
more
So
about physical
it's
attributes.
yes, man. And
Yeah.
hey, man, you gotta be a Floyd Mayweather, man, not a Buster Douglas or a Mike Tyson out here in life, man.
Right.
Sweet
Exactly.
science, man. The
Exactly.
sweet science of life of boxing. Yeah, brother. Yeah,
Oh
man.
yeah.
Well, I thank you, brother Larry Betts,
Yes.
man. That's my
Thank you.
brother Larry Betts. Thank you, brother. Love you.
Thank you for having me, man.
No
Love,
doubt, brother.
man. Gonna keep
Peace.
doing it. All
Yes,
right.
thank you, brother. Man, that makes me feel good, man. Like I appreciate all support. I do, man. I do appreciate all support. But when a brother come from your hometown, from the neighborhood you grew up in, that knew you before puberty, it hits different, man. So last week I had my homie Robert Collins. We call him South Dallas. Well, growing up we did, and I had him tap in, and that brother blessed me with a donation, man. That was my first donation on YouTube, and so man, I'm gonna frame that actually. And then my boy Larry Best tapped in, and so then these brothers knew me, man, like no mustache, no beard, baby face. And so man, that just it hits different when brothers from home tap in. So man, I'm appreciative, man. Thank y'all. But yeah, man, if anybody want to tap in, come on, tap in within the next 10 seconds. Or we're gonna cut it out, man. We done 57 minutes. Man, I'm proud of y'all, proud of myself. Yeah, we're gonna keep it moving, man. No matter what obstacles come, we're gonna keep it moving and shaking. And man, I want y'all to remember this day. We don't have a lot of people tapped in, but remember this day, man. You're gonna be part of history. Remember this day. I'm telling you, man. Look at it from 6 months from now, a year from now, 5 years from now, and remember this day. And you're gonna be able to say, man, I remember when that brother didn't even. He was just starting his live, didn't have many people tapping in, but now this brother's doing this. Watch what I tell you, man. Watch what I tell you, man. You're part of history. So, hey, man, I appreciate y'all. Love and respect. Listen, man, tap in next Tuesday. We're gonna break it down some more. Tap in next Tuesday, 6:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. Thought provoking, thought provoking Tuesdays with SD. I gotta get used to that name now. Thought provoking Tuesdays with SD. Hey man, as always, love, peace.